Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. What language do you speak down there? Spanish?
Something like that. Probably sounds like that.
Nah. So you know what? I'm very upset with you. When are you going to come to see me?
Well,
Instead of going to Nashville and LA, you should be coming to Florida.
you should feel happy because right now I can't go visit anyone over there.
Oh.
Well, our borders are closed. They are.
Do what?
Our borders are completely closed.
Yeah, I was talking to Casey, James the other day, and he said they're still locked down. When are they going to cut you guys loose? Because you know they just reopened Florida. Everything here in Florida is completely open.
Yeah, I mean, our government is actually doing a really amazing job. We've had only we've had less than 10,000 cases, around 70 deaths, I think. So they probably won't open our state borders for, I think it's another maybe 4 to 8 weeks. But international travel won't be for months. Yeah, we won't be allowed out of the country for quite a long time. But
you guys should be able at least to go at least be able to travel around your own country.
Yeah, they're pretty strict, but I mean that's probably this week we had 10,000 tests sent out and only 3 positives in Australia. So I think they're just starting to ease our restrictions because we're still pretty restricted here. So it's still takeaway food and stuff like that. But as of next week, I think we're allowed to have 10 people in a restaurant or something like that.
Wow.
So it's pretty strict for a while, but yeah, I don't think we'll be playing any gigs anytime soon. Probably not before September.
Wow. Yeah. The groups of 10. That's been in effect now for the last month, but yeah, I guess they decided. There's a lot behind this that I could sit and tell you about, and one day I will, because there's a lot more behind this than what you realize. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know about it.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt.
Huh?
I have no doubt. There's a lot behind.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more behind this, and you guys are really getting the bad end of the deal because y'all are down there, and you have no clue what's going on, really.
No, not really. No, but it's. I guess
it's like it's like I'm sitting here telling you, okay, sis, just relax. Me and the brother's going to go over there and fight these neighborhood kids. We'll be back.
Yeah, it is that. I think sometimes ignorance is bliss, though. Yeah.
Huh?
I said I think sometimes. Here, I'll bring you closer. I said I think sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Well, true.
Yeah. So
you look so wonderful. What have you done to yourself? Your hair is beautiful. Your makeup's beautiful.
I very, very rarely wear any makeup, but it's early here, so oh my god, I better put something on. I look dead. Yeah, I got all my hair cut off. I was so sick of it. I was just like, I just can't cope with it anymore. So yeah, I got it all cut off.
Are you and the hubby killing each other yet?
No, it's really no different. Because we usually, except for gigging, that's usually the only time we're apart. But we're generally together all the time. So yeah, no. It's he does his thing, I do my thing, and then we come together and record the stuff we need to do. And yeah, we've got a pretty big house, so it's not too bad.
So you've transferred all your school stuff, your students over to computers and stuff now, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about my actual kids. I'm like, now that's hard having them home.
Well, they're done. They should be done with school now, right?
They're not at school. They go back 1 day a week starting next week. So I've,
No. You mean it? No, you mean they're not doing any online? They're not doing online stuff.
they're doing online school at home though. So
Right, that's what they're doing here. Our school's done here. Our school's finished
for how long? For the year?
for the summer. Yeah, until August of next year or August of the year. Yeah, this is our summer break.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know. I'm meant to be going over there soon.
Come on, you can come over.
They won't let me. Yeah,
They won't. So your government won't even let you guys leave the country.
You have to. A country singer friend of mine, just left to live in Nashville yesterday, and him and his wife had to be pardoned to allow them, and they had to, I'm not sure if they would be allowed to come back if they wanted to. So, yeah,
that's messed up.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not allowed to travel at all. We're still, like I said, our borders are still closed unless there's a very good reason.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure Keith Urban can come and go as much as he wants.
Yeah, probably.
I'm right.
Well, they're the things that are afforded to us when we get to a certain position, aren't they?
I know, right? You got new music out, right?
I do, yeah.
Tell me about it.
And I'm just about to put another new track out in 3 weeks, actually. Where I'm recording a fair bit more than I ever have, because at the moment I'm taking a back seat from playing a lot in Australia and just trying to focus on putting music out, just so it's out there.
Speaking of Casey, there's Casey. What's up, Casey?
Hey, Casey. Yeah, so I'm recording. My husband and I are doing a lot of stuff for sync stuff now, so for TV and film. So we're kind of working a lot on that. So I've got a lot of music to put out. So the last track I put out was a couple of weeks ago, called Black Heart.
Right.
I don't know. You should have got that one. And then
if I didn't, I'm sure I'll be calling you or texting you.
And I've got a new one coming out in 3 weeks, and it's called Here's to Being Bad. So and then I've got a few more coming out throughout the year, and then I'll put that final EP out towards the end of the year. So yeah, I'm still doing, still recording a lot, still working on music, but as you said before, I have taken my music school online as well, so I'm still pretty busy with everything that I'm doing. I've started up a new business helping independent musicians. So yeah, really busy.
Are you giving them voice? Are you voice coaching them too?
No, I mean that's something that I'll offer down the track. Just because I do so much teaching, I kind of wanted to step back from that and just teach like independent artists the business side of stuff more so. How to release music, how to market it, how to network, how to get radio interviews, how to prepare for them, all of that kind of stuff. Because I just know that from being in the industry, I've spent, God, I don't even know how much. I don't even want to think about how much I've spent. But making all of these mistakes, and just not getting anywhere, and finally figuring out the process and working out how to make it a lot more cost effective. There's a lot of good people in the industry, but as you know, and as with every industry, there's a lot of not so good ones either. So I just want to show people how to navigate the industry and just have one eye open.
Things are changing over here in Nashville, Kristy. I'm just telling you that right now. Things are changing.
Yeah, I was meant to go to Nashville in September.
Yeah, it's I think from what I hear through the grapevine, a lot of things are happening while everybody is on hiatus and not doing any music and stuff. I think you're going to see the way concerts are done differently. It's not going to be big, huge concerts anymore and massive crowds. I think it's going to be set up different. I think you're not going to see so many individuals. I think you're just going to see one big show with like 10 artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
do you think that'll be a permanent thing, or?
Here's what I think. There's too many. Here's the problem. We haven't even started cracking the artists that are coming up now. I mean, we've maybe scratched the surface. And when you got so many artists that are so talented, you can't just really put them all in together at one. You got to figure out how to make them money too at the same time, plus make the big labels money. I honestly think that independent artists that are coming up through should be their own label. They should start their own LLC, market their own music, produce their own music, manage their own music, because that way they know the money's going to them and they don't have to worry about the label companies. They don't have to worry about the middleman. They don't have to worry about where their money's going to. So if they make it, they make it, and they know they made it on their own. If they don't, they don't. Because there's too many venues out there right now that doesn't want to pay anything. They don't want to pay anybody. They think that music should be free. That's why, you know this. You've dealt with it before. They don't want to pay you because they figure you should be playing for them for free because they're giving you a venue to play. That's bullcrap.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really like that in Australia. But I do worry about everybody going live and streaming their live music at the moment a lot, because it kind of does send that message that everyone can have music for free, and it's
well, you know what Facebook announced the other day is
I do.
You saw that, right?
Monetizing live streams, yeah. And Spotify has just added a contributor button to artist page as well, meaning if you like the artist you're listening to, then you can contribute to them as well. So I mean, they're really good things because we need ways to monetize music, because it's just not like it was 20 years ago.
Right. But here's my thing. How do they expect? Here's my thing. I think it doesn't. It's not just only in music technology, but I think it's all around technology. I think we're getting way too ahead of ourselves because there's still too many people out there that doesn't have access to internet, that doesn't have a credit card, so you can't go online and pay for anything. There's like since we shut down around here, there was a lot of small restaurants like Panda Express and some Taco Bells and places like that would only take credit cards. They wouldn't take cash. Me, I still pay with a lot of stuff with cash. If I can't give you cash, I don't need a credit card because I know what I do with credit cards. I run the bills up. I go nuts, and that's a bad thing.
I just contributed an article to Thrive Global, which is part of the Huffington Post, and it talked about how.
Congratulations! Yay!
Thank you. But it talked about how this pandemic is going to push a lot of people online, and it is going to push a lot of people to get debit cards and to move forward. And that, I think that's going to be a good thing for the music industry. It's just moving people along that weren't quite ready to do that. Right. There's a lot of bad things that'll come out of this, but I guess there's a lot of positives as well. So yeah, I don't know. In Australia, I think a lot of us are happy to kind of use our cards. Like, it's not as
I think it's going to make more people lazier because they're all going to want to sit home and watch TV, and then they can click on a channel and say, "Oh, look, there's Blake Shelton live right now in concert. Maybe I'll watch him," or something like that.
Don't get me started. I work with children all of the time. This generation is just, it's mind-blowing. And
I'm older than you. You're younger than me. So my generation is where we're getting screwed because most of my generation are pretty much ain't got no say-so anymore.
Yeah. Well, I used to be pretty lazy when I was a bit younger, but not now. I work really hard, but I find it hard to find people that especially like the younger generation, they're just on their electronics all of the time. I'm so strict with my kids. They get their electronics every third weekend. That's it.
My boy gets behind the computer every day when he comes home from schools and plays his Call of Duty and stuff like that. Of course.
No, my kids are just not allowed. and they're 12 and 14, and the rule is just no. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I can talk about that for days. But
Tell your hubby I said, hey.
Yeah, I will. He's out in the kitchen. I think he's cooking something. So he's a good cook. He's a really good cook. I'm very lucky.
What's he cooking? Tell him I'm coming over for dinner.
I don't know what he's cooking today.
I will sneak in under the country on a boat. I'll come in on shore and then I'll walk the rest of the way.
You know what? Boat would be the worst way to come in at the moment. We're very, very strict on that because my state where I live has the highest amount of cases in Australia because we let a boat in at the beginning of this whole thing. So
so they got the Australian Coast Guard out there patrolling the shore every day.
A friend of mine is a police officer. He lives around the corner, and he said that's his job at the moment is to just be watching. Yeah. So no, don't come in on a boat.
And you guys just had a bunch of brush fires too.
We did, yeah.
You guys are getting, what the hell? You guys are getting hit left and right. What's going on?
I know. I was very lucky. I wasn't near the bushfires, but it was devastating. Like some people in this pandemic are like, oh, geez, I can't pay my rent. I can't afford to, have a house. And then you've got people that, in January suffered in the bushfires, and they're like, well, we still don't even have a house.
Are you guys still renting?
Well, I am renting now because I live right next to my kids' school. So I sold my house 10 years ago. And so we're right next door to their school. So I don't want to move. So when they decide to sell this school,
what are you going to move out in the woods? Go far out there where you don't have to worry about anybody.
No, I love the city.
Oh, come on. You're a country girl at heart. I know better than that.
Well, I guess my version of the city is probably different to yours. Like I can't stand Sydney. It's way too fast for me. I don't like any fast environments, but I like being like 5 minutes away from the shopping centre. So it's quiet. So it's probably like country-like.
Well, then why do you go to LA? That's what makes no sense.
I don't know, because I'm on holidays, I guess it's like my husband loves LA, but I can take it in small doses, it's exciting.
Next time, bring him and the kids here to Orlando. Disney World's here, just like Disneyland's there. You guys can stay here for free. Won't have to worry about getting a place to stay.
I won't be bringing the kids again. No way.
Oh, wow. The last time was a nightmare, huh?
Oh, no, it's just like so expensive. It's just expensive. Because our dollar is very, very poor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, at the moment, it's 65 cents to the dollar.
Wow.
And then you've got once you actually exchange, it's like 63 cents. So if I hand over $10,000, I'm getting $6,300 back. Not good.
That's a jip.
Yeah, I know. So to take 5 of us over there, and it was school holiday time, so the flights were expensive. It was very costly, yeah. But I wanted to do that for them.
They're trying to figure out what they're going to do at Disney World here. They haven't even opened it back up yet.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah. It's a tough one. It's the economy has to.
You may just have to go back to LA.
Have they opened?
Or better yet, go to China. I think they're getting ready to open the one back up in China.
Oh, yeah, of course they are. Yeah. The economy needs to start to repair itself, but at the same time, we have to look after everyone, don't we?
Yeah, that's true.
It's a tough one. It's really tough. Like I said, I'm really proud of Australia right now. And this isn't the government that I wanted in. And I'm just so fortunate to be Australian. Like their stimulus is just very, very generous. They've been really great.
Really? We're still waiting. There's some people who are still waiting on their first stimulus check here.
Well, we get they're paying us as our work would, so they pay us, monthly to cover everything pretty much.
Well, Casey told me if I wanted a job, he'd give me a job in Australia. So I guess I need to come over there.
You might have to. Yeah.
How's mom and dad?
Oh yeah, my mom is great. I haven't seen my dad, but yeah, I get to see my mom on the weekend for the first time in a little while because of the our isolation. We haven't been allowed to visit. So it's Mother's Day here on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so she lives in another state.
No, we just haven't been allowed to visit anyone. So
you mean they can't? They won't let you, even if you're in the same area?
Nope. Not unless you are caring for somebody. If we are driving in our car and we don't have a very good reason, like going to work or going to get food or going to care for somebody, they will fine us. We can't just go. If we wanted to go and get some takeaway and then we wanted to sit in our car and eat it, we would be fined.
You tell them to tell your mom to tell them that you're coming over to take care of you because she's a mother and she worries about her child. She's taking care of her child. Yeah.
If that would work, I would. But they have opened it up now so that 2 adults and your children can visit. So I'll be able to go see her for Mother's Day on Sunday.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I guess being so strict is what has flattened our curve, though. You know.
How's it been with the students online? Is it pretty easy?
It's very strange. See what we were talking about earlier. You know, people don't want to move online, etc.
They're trying to stay away from the technology.
Well, here's the thing. I had plans to go online with my school in January next year.
Right.
But the thing that I worried was, first of all, we didn't have great software to be able to do that. And second of all, I was worried that parents, they won't take that step and go online just with their kids, just because it's too much of a hassle. And when this happened, they were forced. So most of my students are now online. Some software became available because everybody knew that everybody needed to be online. And I had a week instead of 8 months to plan my movement online.
You became a school teacher overnight.
Yeah,
you had to put the lesson plans together and everything.
Yeah. So I went from, I have lost some students, but you know the school's relatively new still. So I think we dropped by 20%, just under 20%, which is bad for us, but good for general business. It's not that bad. So we've still got about 60 students online, and we'll be able to go back to face-to-face next term, and I'll still just keep a couple of classes online just to offer people that are isolated, which is why I wanted to get it online, for students that are in isolated areas. I just didn't realise the whole of Australia would be isolated.
Would you consider yourself a country girl or a rocker chick? I think you can kind of do. I think you can do both, but I think you're more of a Janis Joplin maybe, or maybe a Lita Ford type girl there a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, I get in trouble for it. I definitely toe the line, don't I? Look, rock is my forte, but it's like that rock with that kind of country edge. You got southern rock in you. You got a lot of southern rock in you. Yeah, like you said, Janis.
Like Leonard Skinner and Motley Hatchet and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I really love the country music stuff, like Rascal Flatts, and when Shania Twain come out, that I really love that. So I've always kind of wanted to put together, it's kind of like that Janis Joplin, Alanis Morissette crossed with country. So I don't really have I learned to sing, I didn't learn to be an artist. My roots have always been country. I have always been involved in country music in Australia, but I can, as far as what comes out and what I write, I can't really help what comes out. So whatever people say it is, that's what it is. I don't really put
you can also play the guitar too, pretty good. I mean, you're more of a shredder than you are a melody player. I think you're trying to catch up with Keith Urban there a little bit.
Oh God, no, that's my husband's job. He's the guitar player. Yeah, I can play right. I can play well enough to back myself. Like, I'm a strong rhythm acoustic player. I can solo a bit. I haven't spent a huge amount of time learning. If I did, if it was something that really interested me, then I would. But it's not something that, like guitar. Me and guitar haven't had a great relationship. I only started playing 6 years ago. So
yeah. Who's your biggest influence besides Rascal Flatts?
Oh no, they're not my biggest influence. I really love Don Henley. But
what about the country? But what about the countryside?
The countryside. Well, I grew up loving, like when I was younger, loving Kenny Rogers. So I mean, just that his warmth and like I was sad when he passed away this year. Yeah.
So you were in the era with Kenny Rogers and Chris Christopherson and Glenn Campbell and probably Ricky Skaggs, maybe a little bit of Merle Haggard, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of not the sound that influenced me. I was mainly more Kenny Rogers, but it wasn't until it really wasn't until Shania Twain brought that pop kind of vibe to country that I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of heading more towards, where I can see myself. So, so as far as country music, then yeah, it was mainly Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, but then more so the new artists were the ones that kept me there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Cake or ice cream?
Cake or ice cream? I'm very picky with both. Probably ice cream.
Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Shit. You get I love food. You have no idea.
I know you do. That's why I'm doing this.
This is so weird because today for lunch I'm meant to have a hamburger, and tomorrow night for Mother's Day, Luke's cooking me a special hot dog because they're my favorite. So, probably hot dogs, but I'm very particular about them. The way.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Wow, nobody likes Pepsi for some reason.
In Australia?
Everybody I'm talking to since I've started doing this, they're all picking Coke. Nobody has picked Pepsi whatsoever.
Pepsi's not big here in Australia.
Yeah, well, Ford or Chevy?
Probably Chevy.
Oh, Chevy. You're the first Chevy girl because most everybody else is likes Ford.
That's because Chevy's not very big in Australia. Like, that's not something we go look at that Chevy he's driving. That's I reckon most Australians, especially young ones, would be like.
I was going to say Toyotas would probably be big in Australia, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. And if you go Ford or Toyota, I would go Toyota.
That's because they're small trucks. Here in America, we think big. other countries, well, no, it's true. That's why Toyotas have been around and some of these, like Fiats and stuff like that, because a lot of these other countries have small roads. They don't have big, huge roads like we do. Yeah. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza. I've had both this week, though.
Who would you? Okay, I'll ask this first. Tell us one thing that nobody knows about you.
That nobody knows about me? I'm a good poker player.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So that means I would probably lose all my money if I played cards with you.
Yeah, or pool. I can play pool too. I've spent a lot of time doing that, pool and snooker.
So you're a hustler. Oh, see? There's that grin. You're a hustler. What, if you had a chance to play on stage with somebody, who would it be?
Well, it was always Michael Jackson. So, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. There's not really one of those. There's not really anyone.
You're just the type of girl that likes to do her music, play her music, and just drift off. You're like an Australian hippie. They have Australian hippies down there, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you're an Australian hippie. You're just like, I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm a free bird. I'm gonna float away.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't live that way. Like, I'm a very structured person. But in terms of my career, it has been structured, and I just don't like it. I just like to do what I do, and if you like it, you like it.
Right.
And that doesn't get you fame, and I know that. I know that. But I can't be committed to the lifestyle that you need to have, to make it to those kinds of levels.
Right. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Mainly in the music business area, and heavily in like the sync world as well. So recording lots for TV and film. So between those two areas, I don't see myself playing a lot.
More writing and producing, maybe?
Like recording songs, yeah. And then more like creating courses, and maybe going around and, talking, being like a speaker for indie artists and stuff like that. Yeah, more in the education.
Do you see yourself maybe moving to Nashville?
No. Mm-mm.
So you're gonna stay in Australia?
Yeah, I will stay in Australia. Had I not had children, that would have been a different story. But I can't take the kids.
Your kids are going to be your boys are how old now?
I have a boy and a girl. So my daughter is 12, my son's 14, and my stepson is almost 12 as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Hey, in another 6 years, 7 years, they'll be on their own.
Yeah, they will be. What we do see ourselves doing is like probably chasing the summers. So there's a good chance for 3 or 6 months of the year that we will travel over there, and live over there, kind of like that.
What's your favorite ride at Disney World?
Disneyland. I didn't find many big rides when I was there.
So you like the big rides?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to come over here then. You need to come over on this side to Space Mountain. We got Universal Studios over here. We got MGM Studios over here. Yeah, we got all the big. We got the Star Wars ride over here. We got all the big rides over here.
Yeah, I like really big, scary, fast rides. They're my favorites.
There's a place in Ohio called Coney Island that's got all them big rides too.
I need to get to something like that. Yeah.
We have big rides here. Tell everybody where they can get your music at.
They can get it everywhere. You can stream it. You can buy it on every digital platform. You can go to any of my social media sites. You just have to Google Kristy James or Kristy James Music. It's Kristy James.
I'm getting on the phone right now and calling Donald Trump and see if I can't get a fast pass over to you guys so I can come over for dinner. By the time I get there, it should be 6 o'clock tonight to where I can sit down and eat dinner with y'all.
He'd probably let you. Yeah, it's a 14-hour trip.
Yep. I miss you. I do. I have fun. I have fun talking to you.
Oh, well, thank you. I like talking to you too.
See, I know. I'm glad somebody likes me. Make sure you go get her music. Your brand new single is coming out. Let's see, you just had one come out. You get ready to launch another one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep. So the last one's called Black Heart. And this one is called Here's to Being Bad, but it won't be out for 3 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Are we going to roll it all into one, maybe an EP or an album?
Yeah, yep. At the end of the year, it'll be out. I've got all the artwork and everything ready to go.
It's summertime here. It's wintertime there, so that means I need to tell you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, that's so weird. Our Christmas.
It is weird, isn't it? I don't think I could ever get used to that. You know, if you think about it, you guys are truly the snowbirds, because snowbirds here in the United States is just like you're just going from warm to warmer, or maybe a little bit chilly to cold. Over there, it's really, during the summertime, it's freezing over there, and during the wintertime here, it's summer over there. So really, you guys are the snowbirds.
That's why we come over between July and September.
Right, yeah, exactly.
We love the heat. We love the sun.
Alrighty, I will let you know if I got all your music. I'm sure I do.
Yeah.
But I'll let you know, and I'll message you if I don't have it. So, top 20 countdowns getting ready to start. Oh, Florida. I didn't know this. I got a phone call last weekend. Florida Country Radio has been nominated in the International Singers and Songwriters for Station of the Year. So I'm going to Atlanta, Georgia. To collect some kind of award, I guess, or something. So
congratulations. Fantastic. Well,
now if I can just get some, hey, Coke, Pepsi, if you're out there listening, I need a sponsor.
Me too.
Yes, Kristy needs a sponsor too. Alrighty, dear. I will talk to you soon. Stay safe, be careful, and
you too.
Hopefully I get to see you at the end of the year this year if you come over.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be this year. I don't think they're going to let us, but it will be next year.
Okay, well, cross your fingers. Hopefully they'll cut you guys loose.
Hopefully,
because I think you guys are fine. I don't think it's like if people come out of China, they're going down and then to the right. They say, that's just Australia over there. We don't need to go there, so we got to go right. So
they're more worried about it. They're more worried about what we'll bring back.
Well, that's true too. And supposedly North Korea and South Korea are fighting now, so you never know. Welcome to the wonderful world of technology in our age.
People just need to get along.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that would probably, if that happens in our life, in me and yours lifetime, if that happens in our lifetime, that would probably, then that means God's coming back. That would probably mean that God is returning and He's going to take care of business.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately.
Alrighty, it's a weekend, so go have fun, get some rest.
Thank you.
Tell Mom I said hi.
I will.
And happy Mother's Day. I will talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
See ya.